and the fucking assholes.
Nerd Confessions.
Incoming transmission. Accessing database. Identification acquired. Welcome back, user. Nerd Confessions will begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Nerd Confessions, our safe haven where we discuss our thoughts and opinions on everything nerdy, geeky, techie, and whatever. It's been a week since our last confession, but before we jump right into it, we'd like to remind our listeners that you can follow us on various social media platforms. You can find our previous episodes and view bonus content on our website, nerdconfessions.net. I'm Tommy, the moderator for this episode, and today I'm joined by Sohail.
What's going on, guys?
Ellie.
Hi.
And William.
Hello.
In this episode, we'll be talking about our 5 recent nerd news topics that are important to us. We'll also be talking about Ubisoft's first major VR game, Eagle's Flight, which offers competitive multiplayer, and the dumb popcorn action flick, XXX Return of Xander Cage.
You didn't want to say dumb, did you?
I didn't know what that was. Stick around until the end of the episode to hear some of our listener confessions. And if you want to send us a confession, you can email us at contact@nerdconfessions.net or send us a tweet. So for starters, let's talk about what everybody's been up to this week. Soil?
So I've done a lot this week. So I played Eagle's Flight with Ellie. We had a good time.
No.
Oh, maybe one way. I may have had a good time. Watched XXX with you guys. Return of Xander Cage. I played Dynasty Warriors 8, which is a game I bought on sale, which brings back memories of my childhood on PlayStation 2 and 3. I also
still get multiplayer to work with that. Sorry.
You can. It's a different mode. I also
it's a different mode?
Yeah, it's a different mode. It's called Ambition mode or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. And then also played a game called Air Conflicts Pacific Carriers. It's an old PlayStation 3 game that was converted to PlayStation 4. I bought it for $3.
Nice.
So I was like, I'm going to play it and see if I like it. And
is it like Ace Combat?
No, it's shit compared to Ace Combat. This is like straight up. It's not as good as Ace Combat's more fun because you get to do real tactics. In this one, the guy like stalls out in like the easiest way. But anyway, I did all that, and I also started. I'm still playing Just Cause. I played a little bit more of that, and that's about it. Oh wait! I watched season 2 of Ultron also.
How cute!
My dad watched Ultron when he was in the 70s. Just letting you know.
That's
right.
Cute.
All right.
Okay.
I'm done.
All right, Ellie, what have you been up to?
Oh, what did I do? I watched that movie.
Which movie?
I played that game.
What are you talking about?
I went to that one place.
What are
Can you give
you?
us details, please?
Yeah. Okay, so I played Eagle's Flight with Sohail.
Yay!
I guess it was fun when I played in solo mode.
Damn, that's
kidding.
fucking savage.
I'm kidding. No,
Just fucking shots fired.
Fun.
Shots fired.
It was fun until I got the hang of it because someone here had played already, and I was just dying.
It was fun to hear Will's background noise. Like, he put his shield on, that's why you died.
Yeah.
That
got my
microphone for the
mentor.
PlayStation headset picks up everything.
Yeah, it was so funny because he was like, he had his shield on, that's why you died. And then you were like, but he screamed at me, and he said he wasn't gonna scream at me. And he's like, well, it's like he's gonna play the game. I was like, yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
Okay. Well, you gotta admit, I got better, right?
Yes, you did.
I
You got
did.
really, a lot
Shot,
better.
yeah.
But no, there was one time where you just like straight up murdered me. You screamed at me. I screamed at you, and you screamed at me, and you said "shield on" and murdered me.
Sorry.
Yeah, it was good.
What else did you do?
Damn, dictator.
You know, I like birds, and I like
We
games
need to save
with
it.
birds.
Damn it! This is a topic of the week. Stop talking about the topic right now. What else did you do?
I watched that one movie with you guys.
What movie was it?
XXx.
The XXX.
Return.
xXx.
It's not the porn.
No, it's
No.
not. I was very hesitant at first when I'm just kidding. No, I know what it was. We'll talk about that later.
And you went somewhere, didn't you?
Where did I go? Oh, important news. I finished Watch Dogs 2.
Nice.
You
Nice.
finished it.
I finished the main missions.
How do you feel that you finished it?
I feel kind of sad. Like, I have no purpose now. But there's still enough for me to collect, but I'm almost done. And I'm close to the platinum.
You know what you can do next?
Ooh.
Diablo.
No.
No.
you
Anyways,
guys are
I still have to find someone puking and take a picture of it. I still have to jump, I think, 140 meters in a vehicle, and I still have to do some bounties, and I got a platinum.
All right. Let's kick ass. I don't know what a
Yeah.
puking
Just
people
look
are.
up a guide on those things.
I
Figure out.
actually looked that one up because I was desperate.
I'm proud of you. Good
It's
job.
supposed to be in a pier or in a bar, but I can't find one still.
It took me a while.
I still can't.
Like, I'm gonna tell you right now, this Pacific Theater Carries game is the worst trophy game ever. I
What?
killed like 15 people, and it straight up gave me one little bronze trophy. It's like ace. I'm like, this. I did a lot of crazy crap. I hit shit with a bomb. Did this. Flew into that.
Yeah, it's pretty
No
easy to
trophies.
get it because I thought maybe you had to complete all of like the Scout X picture taking things or all of something, but it's only some, and it's like, okay, well,
That's good.
Alright.
As long as you don't have to do all the collective stuff.
no, whatever. But then I also went to a museum. It's my own dorky, nerdy thing to do. I like going to museums, and I went to the Broad, the new contemporary modern art
In LA,
museum
right?
in LA, downtown LA.
It kind of looks like a weird honeycomb or something.
Yeah,
outside,
yeah, it's really cool on the outside, and the inside's cooler.
I drove by it when it was being built,
Oh, nice.
but back I think like a year ago. They were still finishing it off. But
I have nothing but good things to say about that place. Their art that they have is pretty awesome. They have it laid out pretty. That goes the whole like getting in, going, seeing stuff is all goes smoothly, and their staff is very, very nice. They made an exception and let someone go in without a ticket, so that's pretty cool.
that's awesome.
Yeah, so I had a good time.
Maybe go check it
They
out.
just don't have any food in there, so you gotta plan that. They don't allow food in there, and they don't have anywhere for you to buy unless
And-
you step out. And then if you step out, then
Yeah, the
too
buy
bad.
ticket.
yeah, there's a lot of food trucks around.
Do you can't wear a backpack? Yeah.
Nah, they don't really encourage wearing backpacks, but they ask you to put it in front of you so you're
Yeah.
not hitting stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Makes sense.
That's cool.
Yeah, but that
Will,
was cool.
What have you been up to
Thanks.
this week?
Dang.
Jesus.
Talk too damn much. Well,
Wow.
what you been up to this week?
Moving on, Mr. Moderator. I played a lot. Now that I'm taking a break from
My only
Resident
time to talk. Sorry.
Now that I'm taking a break from Resident Evil, I started picking back up Final Fantasy 15. Almost done with it. Just goes on and on, but I'm getting there. I watched Trainspotting because Sohail made me really want to watch it.
Did you like it?
Actually, remember watching parts. I don't know when I did, but it was probably a long time ago that I did it.
It's a little intense.
I just remembered parts, but it's too many needles for me, and I don't like needles and a lot of needles in this
sad.
movie.
You didn't like the toilet scene?
I like that.
That was
I like
awesome.
the silly scenes
Yeah.
and the sad scenes, and I like the crazy parts. But to be needles, if I would want to see them at least hide the needles or something.
The only reason we watch it is maybe we can watch the second
The
one.
second one together, yeah.
Because this is like when they got older and you're like, oh, what
I've
the
only
heck?
heard
Yeah.
of good stuff about the first one, so
It's a little, I wouldn't say a little bit, it has
It's
an
a bit
artsy
off.
feel to it.
yeah, it's a
Artsy
little
feel.
bit like yeah, no,
A
that's
little bit,
definitely.
yeah. Like when he falls into the rug, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like I felt that before. Not I never took heroin, but I felt like I've sunk into the floor before.
Yeah, but the view is pretty cool. And then some of the weird camera shots that are in that movie, they use in different movies after that. And like the weirdness of the camera, like as a first person type style. I've seen it in like some of the stuff in different movies, or there are jokes and stuff like that. So
Oh,
you watch it, Ellie, you'll like it. It's like
I
really
have a
arts.
feeling I would really like it.
It's a little druggy, but it's cool. I like it when that guy, the taxi cab driver, picks him up and just throws him in front of the hospital, and they pick him up, and they're like, "Okay, it's time."
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I also watched XXx, the
Not the porn.
return of Xander Cage,
Mm.
and I don't know if he should have returned, but I also played Eagle's Flight.
You did?
Remember when we play with a whole bunch of people online?
We'll talk about that later.
Oh, okay.
That's all I did this week.
And then, well, for myself, I played Eagle's Flight at Soil's house.
Nice.
Watched XXx with everybody.
Not the porn.
Not the porn. Played a little bit of Ark.
Nice.
Watched some Dragon Ball Z Super. And I watched more of Blue Exorcist and Gundam Wing Orphanage. So that's all I did. Moving on.
Nice. There's like a Nazi on this thing.
News of the week.
India's film censor board removed scenes of Vin Diesel's drinking soda in XXX's Return of Xander Cage.
I don't remember
Soda
him
drinking is
soda at
evil,
all.
huh?
Do
I
you
think it
remember
was-
him drinking soda?
I don't
Well,
think
no,
he
because they removed the scenes.
didn't he?
No, in India.
India, but not here.
The club soda?
Is it the club? I don't know. Wasn't he drinking something at that party?
The cranberry
yeah,
club
yeah,
soda.
yeah. Yeah, that's
Was
what
that
it
it?
was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
that's
he
what it was.
Soda.
Maybe it wasn't Tums Up. Not this official drink of India.
Okay.
Tums Up without
They,
the B.
they had an Indian actor in there. Isn't that enough?
Well, it's not enough.
Okay.
They gotta cut out sugary drinks
You
because
don't believe in that?
they don't believe in sugary drinks like I do. I want my 40 ounces sugary drink.
Oh, soon.
No, I'm not gonna drink that stuff. Go ahead.
Okay, moving on. To complete the dream of speaking to your Alexa system, like in Star Trek, you can now set the wake word to computer.
Yep.
Now, can you use computer just as the complete?
Yeah,
Wake
just
word?
computer. You say computer and it turns on.
You should do
Well,
that,
what about-
Tommy.
well, what
It'll
about-
go off even more in the middle of the night.
No. What about like other things? Can you be like computer play the song?
Yeah,
Computer?
it's everything. It uses computer
so
and say
just
Alexa.
the name computer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
where
and-
did you
God, can you imagine? Go
Are
to
you having a
someone's
hard
house,
time?
Go to someone's house. Hey, what kind of computer do you got? Yeah, man, that's a cool computer.
That's why he changed it. That's why Will didn't leave it that way. I didn't leave it that way
Because I watched so many videos about building computers. It would
You-
just go
not
off
just
all the
that.
time.
He'll probably like say, "Hey, my computer. Why is this
Computer's
computer?"
dumb though. Like computer,
It's from It's from Star Trek.
call it mainframe or something cool. I'll let you pick
Like
what you
HAL?
call it.
Don't you ever watch Star Trek? Computer.
I mean, I get it, but
Earl
they're
Grey
all
tea
great.
hot. Earl Grey tea hot.
Like computer.
Computer.
So
Earl
how
Grey
would how
tea
would
hot.
somebody be able to change that?
You just go to the Alexa app. In the Alexa app, you go to settings and you change it to wake word. And the wake word can be computer, Alexa, Amazon, and something else.
Hell.
Hal?
I'm just
Hal would be
kidding.
crazy cool.
That would be cool. Hell.
They should do that on on its birthday of the movie.
Yeah.
Have it so you can download the Hal voice. Holy
Oh my
crap.
gosh, that'd be amazing. I'd get one just to
But it
hear
only
that.
lasts a day.
Hmm.
Then it would be deleted.
Then I wouldn't get it. I'll make William do it.
It's only $49 for a dot, isn't it?
It's $50 for a dot.
Yeah, and you can get for when it was Christmas. There was a 8-pack of dots for $120. I was like, who needs an 8-pack?
It's sold out.
Yeah, the 8
It
packs.
was like done. No, everything, all the dots.
Oh, really? The dots
There's
are
no
sweet.
dots. Yeah, I was thinking about getting a dot, but I didn't.
They interfere with each other, by the way. My Alexa, a portable one, interferes with my tall one.
Now at the We Make It Easy sales event, get an incredible 4,000.
I'm sorry, commercials.
I was thinking about getting a dot for my living room, but it would be on a separate Wi-Fi network, so maybe that would help. I don't know.
It wouldn't connect to the things that are on the Wi-Fi network, right?
Yeah, so it'd have to, like the lights or whatever that would have in the living room, I'd put on the
That- yeah, you have to put on a separate Wi-Fi.
separate Wi-Fi. So hopefully that would help. I don't know.
They interferes with each other because it did for a while until I fixed it. But you have to put them. I put one on as Alexa and one is not Alexa.
You can change the words. The 4 words you can pick is Alexa, Amazon, Echo, or computer.
Yeah, Echo. That's the one I forget. Echo is the one that I always forget.
But
But
it was Amazon.
Amazon?
Yeah, like you say Amazon and it goes off or not.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, Amazon is original.
Oh, so
Alexa and Amazon were the original. Echo is the later one, and then they added a computer recently.
I didn't know about Echo.
Yeah, Echo's weird, but you can also go if you say
I like the name
computer.
Echo,
if you say computer,
Echo, play this.
computer engage, she goes aye, captain, If you say computer or
Does it
Great
change
Hot,
the voice, or is it still Alexa's
same
voice?
Alexa's voice. There's no
Oh.
computer.
It's similar though.
It's
Star
pretty
Trek.
close, but it's not next to it. But if you go Earl Grey tea hot, she goes, my replicators are not online yet. So you're like, oh my god, this is so awesome. You also geek out. But anyway, I have a phaser in my house. I should bring it. Real replica of a phaser.
I had a phaser toy.
It's not a toy. Mine's a replica.
And I currently feel like I'm phasing. Moving on. Call of Duty was 2016's best-selling game.
The recent Call of Duty, right?
Best selling for 2016.
Well, we're talking about the gamer base was what? 13 to 17 year olds that they sold it to, 13 to 20 year olds.
Are you saying that?
I'm just saying those are ones that
games?
those are ones that
Shouldn't
buy.
have more adult spot Battlefield.
I think that's the truth. Yeah, I think that adults should have bought it, but I think that Battlefield did sell a lot of units. I just think that Call of Duty was the one that sold the most units because of all the commercials. Do you see how many commercials they put on TV?
They always have a lot of commercials.
Yeah, they had like at least 30 to 40 commercials on during Christmas every channel.
Yeah, it was.
People, it's like Welcome to the Jungle and everything.
I think it's just the most simple game that they can put out there, and that's why it sells so well.
Call of Duty's dying on Twitch though, so
Battlefield, you have to have like more tactics.
yeah.
I mean, it's good that it's dying in favor of Overwatch. I think
Overwatch is the main.
I'm surprised that wasn't the best selling.
That and League of Legends still strong.
League of Legends doesn't stop.
But moving on.
So Team Ninja's new dungeon crawler game, Nioh, can be seen as a gateway to the next Ninja Gaiden. If you can consider Ninja Gaiden without Tomonobu Itagaki, oh Jesus Christ,
Tomonobu Itagaki,
that guy at the head, Ninja Gaiden.
Tomonobu Itagaki is a famous developer. He came up with the Dead or Alive series.
Yes, he's weird.
Yeah, he's really weird. He wears sunglasses
and leather jackets
all the time. And
so
long hair.
he's
no longer
Michael Jackson, Tony Stark.
He's no longer with the company that is developing at Team Ninja, and he went off to go do his own thing, which failed. So I'm sad that he's gone and no longer part of it, and I don't know if Ninja Gaiden or Gaiden without him is going to be any good.
Ninja Gaiden's so hard. Everyone in Ninja Gaiden games are so hard.
Yeah.
Did he do Devil May Cry or am I crazy?
He did not do Devil May Cry.
Okay.
He did.
Those are good games.
As far as I know, he just did Ninja Gaiden and
Dead or Alive.
Dead or Alive, yeah.
Dead or Alive.
I love Dead or Alive.
Volleyball.
Beach volleyball was interesting. Yeah.
It was really weird, but I played it and I was like, whoa.
The original one was on the Xbox. I got it,
X,
and
please?
I don't know if you knew, but the original Xbox's buttons were pressure sensitive, so you could press it, and it was really based off that. So you had to be careful about how you're pressing the buttons, and it didn't work very well. It was terrible.
It's a beautiful sight to watch Dead or Alive volleyball.
Not anymore. I'm sure.
Not
I'd be
this
like,
one,
what
but the
hell
original
is this?
They should make it again.
They should.
Right. In other news, some extra details have been revealed on the Microsoft Scorpio. It will not have SRAM, ESRAM, sorry, like the Xbox 360 and the Xbox One. And it is rumored to have DDR5 RAM like the PlayStation 4 or the DDR5X like the NVIDIA 1080 currently, which is, a bit faster. This was revealed in a letter to the developers explaining that they must continue support of ESRAM.
So ESRAM is...
What the hell does that even mean? Can you please explain to the people who speak English what the hell this means?
Well,
Englishize this for us.
In 1 minute.
Oh my god. So for a while, ESRAM was used by Microsoft as a way to kind of save costs but still have high speed. So they had slower RAM in the Xbox One than the PlayStation 4, but their shortcut to be able to have similar graphics was to put ESRAM, which is like a small cache of RAM that has really, really fast. So it's a really small memory. I think it's actually like 32 kilobytes or something like that. But it's really, really, really fast. So anything that you need to access really fast, you put in that ESRAM. And then the rest can go to the slow RAM. But the drawback has always been it's really, really small amount of space. So the advantage PlayStation 4 had is 8 gigs of RAM with the high speed. So
relatively high speed.
Yeah, so this means that the Scorpio, they're going to be moving to the faster RAM. It might even be faster than PlayStation 4 if it's the DDR5X, which has a faster bus speed. But they want developers to continue to support ESRAM for the Xbox One, which means all of them, of course, like they've been saying, will be backwards compatible, right? So, hey, we want you to support the new RAM, but also don't forget about the regular Xbox One. We don't want to give them the shaft.
Exactly.
That's all it means.
But at the end of the day, if you have this faster RAM in these systems, they're trying to make sure that their console is up to snuff
with the PlayStation
4
and PCs.
And PCs, yeah. You don't see
it's rated for 6 teraflops. If it's $400, or hopefully it's $400, it'd be actually a pretty good PC competitor as far as performance,
which would be pretty cool at that price range, right?
Yeah, we haven't had a good priced PC competitor for a while. You know what I mean? I mean, PlayStation 4 technically it would cost a significant amount to get as good performing PC, but the gap is nowhere big as it was when the Xbox 360 was released compared to what the PCs were at the time.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. If it maybe will give them a boost in sales. I think a lot of people will be pretty happy to see.
Hopefully, but I know PlayStation's working on something else. But hopefully they don't release it too soon because the Pro just came out.
Yeah, that would make everyone angry.
Yeah.
Man, PlayStation 5. Oh, shit. I just bought this Pro.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to come out in at least another 3 or 4 years.
I don't think so either.
Anyway, bonus news.
Oh, bonus.
So back in January 30th, Masaya Nakamura, the founder of the Japanese video game company Namco, had died at the age of 91. Nakamura is widely known as the father of Pac-Man for his role in bringing the arcade classic created by designer Toru Ito Iwatani in 1980 to Japan and to the US with licensing deals with Midway. So that guy was one of the big pushers of the gaming industry and passed away at 91. Can you imagine? 91? That's a long time of gaming.
Yeah. 91 is not...
Was he in the Pac-Man movie?
Who?
I think he was.
I don't know.
Not Pac-Man. It was in
the
Pixel.
New Pixel. Oh, God.
I think he was. I think he was. He was like, "What are you doing, my creation?" And then they ate him. Yeah. Something like that.
So sad.
Yeah. But, it's life for you, right?
Interesting news.
I like that part.
Wait, I have...
Anyway.
Can I say something?
What do you want to say?
We're very close to the Oscars. It's going to be at the end of next month, right? I'm guessing. So a VR movie actually got nominated for...
Did it?
An Oscar.
What movie?
It's a Google original.
Hardcore Henry? Oh.
No. I wish it was called Hardcore Henry, but it's not. It's Google's VR film Pearl has been nominated for an Oscar in the category of Best Animated Short Film, actually. So, at the end of the day, it's released in 2016 as part of the Google Spotlight Story series, and Pearl tells a nice, heartwarming story of a relationship between a father and his daughter. So, that's the first VR film to get an Oscar nod.
That's cool.
But how does that work? What do you mean by VR? Like it's recorded through VR, or
you watch the video first person through VR.
So like Hardcore Henry then.
Yes,
but as an animated.
But it's animated.
So you'd have the depth of field, and you'd be able to look around.
Yeah, you can look around and stuff like that.
Oh, so you watch it through VR.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of we could download right now for you to watch on PlayStation VR. They have videos you can download.
Yeah, I think it's called... I forgot the name of the company.
You can also just get a Google Cardboard and experience a YouTube video that way too. It's not going to be as impressive though.
But I'm so interested to see that it's the film. You can watch it for free on the HTC Vive or on YouTube as a 360-degree video optimized on the Chrome browser if you wanted to watch it.
Yeah, Daydream,
yeah. So if you wanted to, you can. It's there. It's free. So I want to, we should watch it, but I'm super surprised that a VR movie is getting a nod at the Oscars.
That's good. I hope more.
That would be pretty cool. Anyway, that's my little bonus news.
Cool. All right, then. Moving on.
First topic of the week. Eagle's Flight.
I like those intense snaps.
So,
So snappy.
Eagle's Flight. Huh?
Yeah, Eagle's Flight. So my biggest thing with Eagle's Flight, cool game. Nobody plays it anymore.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of talk from Ubisoft. This is Ubisoft's first big VR game that they've done, at least to my knowledge. And when the Oculus was shown on the stage, I mean, they're all playing this Eagle's Flight game, and it's competitive. So everybody have their headsets on, and they're playing against each other. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But when it was actually released on PlayStation VR, I guess it was actually going for a while, but I didn't want to buy it at the time. I had too many other things to go, so we just recently bought it, and it's dead.
I bet you this is just a test. This is just a test to see if Eagle's Flight would be, the test for Assassin's Creed.
No, I don't think that's what it was. I think it was just a game that they put out there to say, "Hey guys, let's put a game out, a VR game, easy to make, easy to understand. No need to have too much complication of what we made. It's something fun that people can play." That's what they were going for. The video game is made on, what is it called again? What is the system they called again? You talked about it with me. The game is made on Unity, so it was really cheap to develop. They didn't even get original sounds for the Eagles. The Eagle sounds are from freaking Assassin's Creed. There is no multiplayer to speak of whatsoever. I mean, honestly, you can go on there and be like, "Hey, I'm going to play multiplayer today." No one's playing that game. I tried to play it, but with you guys, but we couldn't find anyone to play it with.
Well, I was reading up, is it a technical failure that we can't find anybody to play with? But it turns out that in the beginning you could actually find people, but it was usually 1 versus 1. But we tried separate without trying to be match made with each other. I'll just try and nothing happens. So I don't know why it's not 1 versus 1 anymore, or what's going on with that. But they implemented a feature that does crossplay between Oculus.
All PC players.
The Oculus Rift and PlayStation VR, but still nothing.
Yeah, nobody's playing, and you sit there for we sat there. What did we sit there for 20 minutes? 20 minutes, and nobody joined. That was so sad.
Well, I mean, you sat there as long as I guess.
No, we sat on the
same team
because hoping for one person. Yeah.
So it's kind of sad. You think more people be playing it, but I think the biggest thing drawing it back is maybe the price.
Yeah.
Right now it's $40.
Yeah, it's kind of a ripoff for what it is.
For a really small Unity game that has hardly any single player features. I think that's a major.
Yeah.
I think that's holding it back. The price.
You're talking about a game that's $50. The game
plus it's very situational.
$40-$50, and the game it's super.
You don't want to be playing it all day, so you're going to play it for small fraction of the day.
My neck freaking hurt playing this game, and not because it says that to turn, just tilt your head left or right.
But when you get competitive, you get intense.
Yeah, you get intense. You turn your whole damn head around. You're like, here we go.
I was looking at Ellie, and she was trying to spin in circles, and it kept yelling at her, tilt your head. And she's spinning around in a chair.
Yeah, and then you're sitting over there, and you're like, exorcist time. And so you turn your head.
Doing that stuff, though. I like exploring. I like feeling like a bird.
But let's talk about that real quick. So you spent a lot of time exploring Paris because you're in Paris.
What is that,
it's
Paris?
Only one map.
I don't agree with that, Paris.
So it's like The Last of Us Paris. It's Paris.
No.
It's
taken over by
Paris.
animals.
Paris post.
Hilly Paris.
You're talking outside the banlieue. Yeah, there's a little hill around.
Let's not forget the circus that went loose
not the whole
in the
thing.
city.
Around Paris there are hills, but it's not crazy.
Not that crazy.
But I think they did that to hide anything outside of it. But the Paris is torn down. Paris is messed up. Yeah, but they don't explain much. You play the tutorial and you find out that the humans are gone and the zoo animals are loose, and that's what's going on. Everything looks like it was made on the Nintendo 64, and
it's a Unity game, and I don't know why they're charging $40.
Yeah, it should be $15.
Maybe
if
better.
If it was actually on a real engine, like a real game engine that
they developed,
they didn't necessarily have to develop it. If it was Unreal, maybe, I mean, I'd be like something with
Just
real like
something
better
that-
lighting effects, something that you can like tell they actually put attention into detail with.
Yeah,
Not just, hey, I'm gonna copy paste the street all over the place and
Or water.
make it inaccurate. It's all the map's inaccurate, right? Totally.
it's not 100% accurate.
There's like some
The
that's
size
the same,
and
but
the
you're like
size.
said, I walked
Map?
here.
What
it's
do you
not
mean,
there.
like the? Oh yeah.
It's not accurate Paris, but it's not incorrect where
It's a
the
French
s-
development.
The only reason I know it's Paris because of the Eiffel Tower.
the Eiffel
That's how-
Tower and Notre Dame, right? You
Yeah,
land
and the
on
Notre Dame.
Yeah, why?
That's the only reason I
You're
know
a
it's
French
Paris.
developer. You're in a VR game, flying around Paris. Why not make an attention to detail? Hey, we're gonna make this really cool that you're flying around and exploring, like what Paris is actually like. Why wouldn't you do that?
Maybe you get a crazy idea.
Instead, you
Yeah,
just
I
make
would
it.
have loved to be a bird just exploring a
Yeah,
city.
that'd be cool.
Imagine-
Instead, you just make it a multiplayer competitive game that nobody plays.
Yeah, because it hurts your neck. Will you have to go to the hospital
I'm gonna tell you right now. When I played it, I felt
like a bird?
like an idiot because I was whipping my head left and right, trying to. I
Did
literally.
not tell you to
I was
tilt?
so close.
Yeah, I did. I watched while he's playing. It's like tilt your head. It's more efficient to tilt your head. That's like I'm saying.
I kept saying that with her because one of the
Yeah,
things I
and
did.
my ass
did.
straight up would like whip my head around side to side like goddamn penguin and shit, and I nearly fell off the chair. And I mean it's cool, but like there's moments where I feel like I'm just kind of like swimming like a seal in the water. I'm just like
But I wonder if
bobbing
that's
my
how
head.
birds are. That's how they feel.
Well, no, they don't really move their head. They move their wings is what makes them move. We're
That's why
just
you
moving the head.
tilt. Like you tilt with it.
The graphics on this game are not intense, so I don't understand why they don't have it on, like, say, Android for the Gear VR or on Daydream.
Yeah,
I
don't
think
know.
if they were able to put it onto that, would give it maybe just like a little bit of a downgrade of the graphics. I think it would give it a bigger install base if they especially did crossplay with the PlayStation VR and the Oculus
There's
Rift.
no way that your Google, what is it called?
But the frame rate would be suffering.
Your-
That would make people sick.
Your
So.
Gear VR would probably burn up.
Well,
in the
definitely,
first
you'd
10
definitely
minutes.
be able to play it for 10 minutes. Yeah.
Yes, the 10-minute
mean-
gameplay.
There was a lot of, just playing it itself. The motions of moving around, some of the dropping, like when I would drop down, like I could kind of feel like, my stomach going, that sensation of falling like on a roller coaster, not intensely like it does in that.
Yeah, like
but
a little bit.
But I could feel a little bit of it. I was like, whoa. And then some people can, I can see very easily getting sick playing this game.
Did it make you sick, Ellie?
Not
really,
this
right?
one. No.
This one didn't make me sick
It's
at
all
all.
natural movement.
Because it was
I
a
guess.
bird.
I just think the part that bothered me the most is the neck movement. It just not because me and you were playing online. It hurt when I was playing single player too, because I was like, all right, I gotta go backwards, and I'll turn my head, and I'm like, oh, why is my neck hurt? And I was like 20 minutes in. Then we played competitively. Then it really hurt.
And this is where it comes down to, how far does VR go before it's too painful on the body to do the shit you want to do in the game?
Well, I mean, it's physical, right? So you can only do a physical thing so much.
It's not like it's not painful because I'm doing it. It's just like that's your natural thought. Like if I'm gonna go backwards, I want to turn my head backwards. But birds don't do that in flight, so it doesn't make sense. But
yeah,
anyway,
well, I mean, think about it. Do you think this puts a restriction on VR now?
no,
Because
there's no restriction.
there's definitely the hype of VR because it's so cool and it's new.
The main
Well,
restriction
this
here, I
cars-
think, is you're on a cord.
Yeah.
If you were cordless, you'd be able to just stand up, turn in circles.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem is the cord. And if it goes cordless, you can do whatever you want. But the biggest issue is I have a cord and there's a camera for the PlayStation.
Well,
Yeah.
if you
And
become cordless, right?
Mhm.
Aren't you going to run a risk of you're going to start running into shit because you're going to keep moving?
Well, this one you don't actually have you don't have to walk or anything, right? So if you're just using the controller to scream or whatever, and you're just always flying forward and control it with the triggers, I think it'd make it a much better game.
Yeah.
But
But
that's just me. I mean, I experienced I played Minecraft and I played Dread Halls on my Gear VR, and not being on a cord and just turning around in a circle. That's compared to what we just.
I mean, maybe
experienced
if you were
with-
sitting on a chair and you could spin, I would say okay. At least you're stationary compared to standing up, spinning, because people are going to lose balance, fall,
Well, that's-
bang their head on the table.
that's-
it's true. You
bleed
might lose
everywhere.
You
and
might
then
lose
there's
where you are a
insurance
little
issue.
bit. Yeah.
But
you know.
but they're gonna make a game where you're not gonna be moving too much. Like they don't walk across rooms. But anyway, this game, my biggest complaint about this game, not enough content. There's not enough going on in this game.
Yeah, I mean, once you do the
there's
flying,
a single player campaign, but it's all just based off that one map with some like small. They have like some small underground tunnels, right?
Yeah, one to one. I mean, other than just flying around.
Yeah, catacombs, I guess.
Other than flying around,
you can fly through buildings. You can fly through stuff. There's a single player campaign. There's a multiplayer campaign, and multiplayer game style, but it's exactly the same thing every single time. There's no differences. It's not like capture the flag or. It's capture the flag, but it's like It's kind of like, what is it called again?
Kill,
more like Skull Ball from Halo, where one person captures it and you chase him around. But
I remember what you're talking about.
It'd be cool if they had some kind of like rings.
Skull Ball. Yeah, but it's more like that.
Or coins that you could get. That'd be kind of cool. Like in the air, that's patterns that you would have to try to pattern it.
In single player, they have the feathers.
Yeah, you collect the feathers.
Yeah, but like I'm talking like rows of rings, like in Sonic style.
I'm sure there is eventually if you keep playing.
I know myself. If they actually put attention to the Paris, I'd be a lot more excited to play it single player.
Imagine if they took I'm copyrighting this. If you take a drone and you flew it like in all kinds of patterns all over the place, it'd be really hard to write a program for this. But then you had a drone fly all around over somewhere and then capture all the images and then have it like you can take flight paths wherever you want to go where the drone went and just see.
I mean, they have that technology with. They did a phone that was in development, and it basically the PlayStation does the same thing with two cameras. It detects depth of field, right? So you can detect the depth of field of something in front of you. So they had a phone that would map a room. So you just move the phone around and it'll be able to map the walls, the floor. If you're able to do that with a drone and just have the drone like go around and scan all the buildings, that'd be cool.
That would be really cool. But I think my biggest concern is it's Unity. Not enough players. Too expensive for cost. The game is honestly, after like 20-30 minutes of the game, you're like, I'm done with this game.
I mean, the idea of the game is fun. The multiplayer competitiveness. But the problem is nobody's there, not even right now. So who's gonna, especially at the price they're at? They should be selling this for they should make it free.
It should. I can see it for $10. $10 not bad. I mean, $10.
$5.
No, you're talking about $10 to test out the tech.
Why is it $40?
That is, I'm a full agreement with you. I was willing to pay,
especially if they know nobody's there and there's no matchmaking.
Maybe that's why it was an Amazon warehouse deal.
I returned,
and then you had to return it because your disc was scratched.
Fucking broken disc.
I'm looking at they actually have decent ratings for it.
Yeah.
But when those reviews came out, 70%.
Those reviews probably came out around launch, I'm sure.
It's during the launch because it's like VR. It's like how VR felt and VR is, but
it's based off they were able to actually find people because it was around launch.
But my rating for this, I'm gonna throw my rating out there first. I'm gonna give it about a 6. There you go. I'm sorry, maybe I was wrong, but 6.
You know what? I'm just gonna say it. I give it a 9.
What?
I like being a bird.
What? Just based off the fact that you're a bird.
The 1 point off is because the city is inaccurate. Everything else
Wait
I
a
like.
minute. You just like being a bird?
Cute little pixeled animals.
So if you played Sesame Street the game and you're a big bird, then you'd be okay with it?
Yep.
Don't lie to me.
Yep.
You're lying to me.
And I'll go visit Oscar in the trash can. And
you'd be a big bird. No, I think a 6 is being generous. I
agree. The 6 is generous. If matchmaking worked and we were able to find a lot of people, maybe.
Minus another point. That's 8.
That's it.
Yeah. No, I think even if matchmaking was available, my biggest complaint is there's only one mode.
Oh, and 0.5 off
capture the rabbit.
Eagles are stupid.
Capture a rabbit and bring the rabbit over.
7.5.
No. This game has the main problem with this is developed to be a multiplayer game and nothing's there, so you can't even do it. So the game is basically broken.
Why couldn't you just put AI eagles?
Yeah,
the game's not even
bot eagles.
bot
eagles that would fix it. Sort of.
Yeah, at least
make it 6. Work.
You can have a fun because only 1 or 2 people playing against each other is like super boring because it's like I kill you, you kill me, I kill you, you kill me.
Pretty much,
and then that's it.
And we get better at killing each other and we can't even make it to the fucking rabbit that we need to pick up.
And then on top of that, not just that, you get to the point where it's whoever had the first turn to get the eagle or the bunny rabbit
that person gets it halfway and then the person takes it the rest of the way.
Yeah, the rest of the way. And then that person's like, all right, I got 1 and you got 1. Tie a game. you won because you got one, and I got none because we fought over the second one, and it just needs to have more in it. It's not a game that was going to be built to last, and a 6 is being generous. I don't know what Tommy gave it or what you.
I give it a 3 out of 10. Honestly,
You're mean. I don't want to hear.
And the reason is because it's boring. It's fucking boring. I mean, after six minutes, I was telling Soil, like, can we change the game, please? Because, like, all right, it's cool. You can fly around, you can explore a little bit, but then after that, it's just like, all right, well, I'm fucking done. It's the same thing. Other than flipping my neck side to side, there's nothing else to do. And I get it. It's designed for multiplayer, yada yada yada. But there's only so much patience I'm gonna have shooting at a fucking bird, some like O-rings, and then I'm gonna get bored. It's just not enough.
Screams.
It's just not
Eagle
enough.
screams.
Yeah, there's just not enough. It's
and
just,
then, I don't know how an eagle defends itself with a scream, but it defends itself.
yeah, so it's just like, I'm sorry. I get that a lot of effort went into this. I can tell they made a lot of buildings. You can
Not
fly
a
all
lot
over
of
the place.
effort. Hardly any effort, I would say.
Well, I mean, building wise, as far as landscape and where you can fly.
We just went
not
over
for
that it's not
$40.
there.
So
well, as far as like maybe for the multiplayer aspect alone.
well, I
maybe
mean,
put some
you
thought
can go
into
pretty
it,
high
but-
up. You can go down Eiffel Tower. I mean, this shit's not easy to make, and in VR. So that's why they get 3. Other than
flying
that,
through 3D space is pretty easy.
listen. Other than that, it's fucking bullshit. You want me to drop it lower because it's going that way? It'll go to a 1.5.
No, I get what you're arguing about. So continue.
To me, the graphics was fine. I didn't really care that much about it being amazing. I just wanted to do shit, and there was nothing really to do. Therefore, 3 out of 10. I'm sorry.
Okay, so
Game over.
one thing I was gonna tell you, Will, is I found out something.
What?
When you're flying around, hold X.
Why?
Because it stays
can poop?
still.
Yeah, the whole head stays. The whole
Yeah, you can move around.
You can move your whole head around, but when you let go of X, he'll go the direction of what your head is looking at.
What?
And I was doing that, and it started zigzagging all over the place. That's probably why you saw me flying crazy.
What the hell?
I started
I
testing
didn't
I
it.
know you could do
started
that.
figuring that out. Didn't I tell
By the
you?
way,
No.
it doesn't work because if you scream at somebody, it just doesn't work because she killed me like twice.
You want to know why it
when I
doesn't
killed
work? Because there's no one to scream at. Moving on.
her. No, Will didn't give his
Stop
rating.
it. Like,
Oh,
no.
I thought you did.
Oh, and just really
No.
quick, I readjusted mine to 7 as I was talking over you guys.
Really? Why?
Because I just was.
You're like an
deducting
elevator.
points.
You're just like going down floors at this point.
Yeah, and 7's still pretty good. It's a solid for me.
It's a solid.
It's a solid
flight,
It's
right?
a solid cheap game.
It's a solid pass.
Wait,
It's not a
and
cheap
it'll-
game. It's $40.
I mean cheaply
Goddamn,
made.
fuck this shit.
Cheaply made game.
You know what? I changed my note too. Just because it's too fucking pricey.
Please stop. No.
Will, what's your score?
2.
There you go.
I like the premise. I like that there is a single player campaign, but I hate that the multiplayer doesn't work. That I hate the lack of detail on the single player map. I hate that it's not like an accurate representation of Paris.
Okay.
What? If they fix those things, if they add bots, if they add more levels, like maybe different parts of
Different
France
maps.
or different maps, something, and they drop the price, make it free, refund me for that money I spent on the game.
Yeah,
How
I
much did you
agree.
guys end up
I agree with you. I think the cost of the game is really
It's
high,
ridiculous.
and the game
Should be $40.
it should be like a $10 game at max.
Or 5.
At launch, it should have been a $10 game or free with PlayStation VR as PlayStation VR Worlds. That could have been something it could have did.
Yeah.
I mean, I it's higher quality than like
There are
VR
free
Worlds. I mean, those
games.
are all like tech demos. This is kind of like a tech demo, but if it were
looks
actually
just
working,
it looks just good as the Luge game. I mean, the Luge game had the same quality of graphics as that did. I'm just saying you could have put in a VR World, but a little smaller, a little smaller package instead of Paris. Maybe fly around Downey, California.
So it's pretty simple to say that overall
It's a pretty place.
this game sucks ass.
It's 4.5.
4.25 because
I saw
someone read
4.5.
down 2 and 2 and 7 and 6.
2 and 2 and 7 and 6.
Is that right or am I
Yep.
wrong? 7 plus 6 plus
I'm 2. Will's 2. Soil is, I'm assuming,
Oh,
6.
because you said 3 first and you went back.
Yeah, because
So,
once
by
I
the way,
thought
my
about
rating
the
is 2
price.
village idiots out of 10.
Huh?
2 bird village idiots out of 10.
I was going to say giant hares.
Giant
I was
hairs.
going to say flamingos.
Giant birds.
Oh,
Giant rabbits. You know the rabbits?
Oh,
that,
the
like,
giant rabbit you pick up?
Yeah, the rabbit's the size of a freaking car. Like,
Yeah.
seriously, get out of
Two
here.
random fucking circus animals were running around.
All right. So, sorry, Eagles Flight. I know we loved you.
I wanted to like you.
We want to like you, but you're not my type. You're not my type bird.
Moving on.
XXX, Return of Xander Cage.
Zonda.
Xander Cage or Xander Cage, as we like to call
Well,
him
he
here.
couldn't pronounce it, therefore that's what you get.
So we also have, it's not the porn again. In the end of the day, what can I not say about this movie? This movie sucked ass.
Is it better than Resident Evil? No.
Is it better than Resident Evil? No. Resident Evil was better. But
That's saying a lot.
and the reason why is this movie, I feel like a dick for saying this. The movie sound like it was written by some children. And
it almost like a college,
college writing
freshman
tests.
year, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, where are we going? And like, everyone had dumb lines, and you could tell the movie was funded by a Chinese company because there's a Chinese Danny whatever Yen, or what's his name?
All focus.
Donnie Yen?
Donnie Yen.
Yeah.
He's good, but
Opening credits, which was terribly long.
yeah,
Right before it, they had Chinese company name, Chinese company name,
Shanghai
Chinese company name.
Shanghai Movie Company, and then Hua Hua Productions.
It was like, what the hell?
And so then you get an Asian guy in it. Then you get a Filipino guy in the movie. I'm gonna ruin this. Anybody save your money.
You get an Indian girl.
You get an Indian girl. You get a Filipino like guy or a Thai guy. Indian girl. You get a British guy, and then you get Ice Cube, and Xander Cage is what's this guy's name again?
Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel. Nobody knows where he's from. He's Dominican. He's black. I don't know, but he's.
I'll tell you right now, I like Vin Diesel. I like generally most of the movies that he does. Ice Cube, same thing. A lot of the actors in this film, they do good in their respective roles. For example, the British guy plays in the series Game of Thrones.
We're not talking about that guy.
He was in there though.
We're talking about the XXX guy.
Huh?
The XXX British guy, the bulldog one that ran into somebody.
Yeah, that's him. He plays
he's
as
in Game of Thrones too.
Yeah, he plays as the guy with the fucked up face.
That's the dog. I'm talking about the guy that's XXX. That guy's not XXX. That guy's just a friend of Xander Cage's.
The dog.
Yeah. What's the other
The
guy
one
called?
that came out of the elevator and ran in and like pushed somebody into a wall and started beating him up.
Who was he?
He hit him with a book. He said, "This final chapter."
Yeah. Who was that guy in Game?
No, he was not in Game of Thrones.
I know. I'm not saying that.
I'm talking about that guy.
I'm talking about the guy who crashes cars.
Yeah, you're talking about the dog.
Yeah,
We're talking
yeah.
about the big guy, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, in perspective, they do well. But this movie, and I generally, like I said, I like Vin Diesel movies, even the Fast and Furious series, which most people find pretty corny at this point. I actually quite enjoy them. This movie, I would say, is one of the first Vin Diesel films that I've seen that was just god awful horrible.
Yeah.
Like it's literally to the point where they took everything from anything he's ever done and made it a movie.
No, it's not even that.
It didn't even feel real.
They just said, here, put Vin Diesel in a movie and put a rainbow of characters with him
And say the shit you always say.
and
act
let's get him to be jokey. Let's try to throw some weird jokes from the first movie that was in the early 2000s.
He doesn't even have his
Put lots
charisma
of-
anymore. It's
Put
not
lots
even,
of half-naked women in there.
and then throw him to have sex with a bunch of women and say weird sex puns, and this is gonna work. But the
really
jokes,
dumb sex puns.
really bad.
Really cringy.
Yeah, and the movie was
Terrible.
cringy as f.
yeah, there's a lot of cringy moments. There's a lot of awkward silences.
Let
a lot
him finish his thought. Go.
of who are you yelling at?
Yeah. I was saying it's a lot of cringe. It's a lot of cringy moments in the movie where you're sitting there and you're thinking, did they really write this as a joke? Because it doesn't fit. It doesn't feel right. Like she's like, your jacket looks like it would move. Like, oh my god, shut up! This is a stupid joke. But I don't know. I feel like a college, like Ellie said, college kids went in and said, let's write a movie. Let's see how far we get with it. Yeah.
They had some sort of checklist they're going by too. Like all the villains, we have to have the big Buffy villain that Xander Cage will challenge. We have to have the nerdy love interest that is kind of on the good but bad side. And I
nerdy
hated that
fangirl.
character the most.
And then
That's
make
such a dumb character.
make the nerdy character also a pothead now, which is socially acceptable to be a pothead. You want some purple nurple? You call me. Like,
My safe word is kumquat.
was that supposed to be like a homage to 007?
I'm not sure.
Like, because of the word like octopussy and pussy galore and all that. And my safe word is kumquat.
I mean,
So
there's
dumb.
a lot of cringy moments in
dumb.
this. I mean, several of the action scenes even is just epically cringy. One of the big ones that I thought was absolutely stupid is when he jumps out of a plane. It was so bad that you could literally tell they had him on a wire, and then there was a CG screen behind him the entire time.
You can tell, yeah.
It was that
You're
bad.
right.
Like I usually can't tell. I'm pretty bad at it. I could fucking tell that shit right off the bat. Like you could have just replaced him with me, no problem. The scene would have still
When
went
he was
the same
on
way.
the skateboard going against that bus, that was like the most cringy scene for me.
I didn't even. It was so
when
quick. I didn't even
when he
notice
like
it.
hopped off of it, he like jumped on it with a skateboard and kicked off.
He like wall rode it,
yeah.
and then just immediately got off. You could see again. You could like
that was
see
quicker.
the wires.
That
Yeah.
wasn't as bad as the fucking thing. Well, you know what did piss me off is at the beginning. At first, this is what pissed me off, but then Soil pointed out something even better, which is when he jumps off and he's got the skis on. Right. My thing was, how is he going down this entire hillside of basically jungle forest?
Yeah.
Where his skis, which are long, don't hook or get caught in any roots, any tree limbs, stumps, nothing. Dude,
true.
there's people who go skiing in the snow who get caught up on the most stupidest things, and this guy's in a fucking rainforest basically, and nothing catches him.
My biggest
Now, his
I was
thing-
thinking the same thing.
my thing was more like the guy jumped off of a satellite tower. It's not even supposed to be a satellite tower. Those are radio towers. All right, satellite tower. He jumps off of it like almost, I don't know, let's say 80 feet, and lands with his skis, and his knees don't give out. Like, are you kidding me? I dropped like 6 feet from my, like, I don't know, let's say I'm climbing on a ladder and I jump off because I'm lazy. I don't want to climb the last 5 rungs. So I jump off. My knees start like, oh, God.
No,
I feel it.
no, I can get that
And
they
this
were
guy-
saying he's going at an incline
But
still,
it doesn't make damn sense.
but
You
it still
know.
would hurt. Yes,
Even if you
That's-
jump like that on your skis with snow, the only reason it's snow is because it's soft and you land soft.
Yeah,
If unless
true.
it's hard packed, then it's gonna hurt. But this doesn't make sense. And he's doing weird ass tricks. You're like, how
Yeah,
is
he's
he
like
not
like
hurt?
like bouncing off of trees and his skis don't break.
Yeah, and you're like, what is this? What is happening?
Like I get they're trying to make him like super badass. Like look, even with skis,
I
you
get
can-
I get it. Back when he was in the first movie in XXX1,
he was all about.
he was all about like daredeviling and YouTubing and this and that, like
Yeah.
being on video. But then it was like daredeviling to a normal level, not like this is like extreme, like jumping off a tower, landing, and then riding down a hill with a skateboard, just to install satellite dish for kids to watch a soccer game.
well, for everybody apparently.
Not everyone in the country put that.
Yeah,
in
well,
there.
the whole
there's people in
town
the
is going
pub.
by. It's like, oh
Yeah,
yeah,
everybody-
Xander Cage. Oh yeah, Xander.
Everybody
Cage.
knew who Xander Cage is in Dominican Republic,
Which is
you know?
stupid considering that he's supposed to be on the run,
exactly.
but everyone knows him. It's like,
Yeah.
this
Well,
is
maybe
defeat
it's like-
the purpose.
what from Narcos? What's that guy's name? The main guy.
Pablo Escobar. Yeah.
Maybe it's like Pablo
Well,
Escobar.
he wasn't a
Everybody
drug
loves him,
dealer.
so he has a million lookouts.
Well, no, I mean he didn't.
Hey, he gave me the football game. Oh yeah,
I mean, yeah, you
Hide
would
him.
say that.
item.
Let's for take a second just talk about the team that Xander Cage assembles and how horrible they were. So I remember there's a specific DJ that you really didn't like.
So they have a young Asian man that's the DJ. Has nothing to him about him being Asian that makes it terrible. The character is worthless. There's no reason to have this character in this movie. He DJs one scene.
He doesn't
that's
even
it.
DJ. He doesn't even click a button.
He's not even funny.
For the corny factor, they had a lot of freeze frames and then like pop all these little facts about
That's
the
probably the only
characters
thing I liked.
being
That's
introduced, and they had like a little fact about them that was like a comedy bit with
Like,
every
yeah.
single character.
Yeah, it was a little comment.
And that guy's thing was fun to be around.
That's it. And
Yeah.
he wasn't even fun to be around. He had the worst comebacks. He's like, yeah. All he said is he had like 3 lines. One was like, yeah, let's get this party started. And then he's like, yeah, let's get this party started. And he poured alcohol into a cup. Yeah, let's get this party started. He had 1 line. He said like 4 times.
Yeah, and then like the music got louder.
Yeah, and that's it. And then
Xander Cage was like, I told you it's fun to be around.
his character is worthless. Then you got the girl that's his sniper is hilariously bad. She's hanging out in the tree in a big ass, like, she looks like she's in a diaper. And she's sitting up there in a tree sniping people.
My favorite part is when she exits the tree.
And Will said Cirque du Soleil.
It looks exactly like Cirque du Soleil.
She like gets off the tree.
I've seen it exactly that same thing happen with Cirque du Soleil.
So she was a Cirque du Soleil dismount from the tree in her diaper. And you sit there and you say, why did she get in that tree in the first place? Was there no way that she could have just said, hey, you know what? I'm just going to go on a hill. There's plenty of hills. Let me go on a hill. Her character was terrible.
She wasn't even incognito in the tree. She was literally hanging there.
The same actress, sorry to throw her under the bus again. What's her name again?
Ruby Rose?
Ruby Rose. You were in Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil final chapter. You need to be choosing a better agent. He put you in 2 trash movies. That sucks.
Maybe it paid well. Maybe it's all she gets.
I feel bad.
Granted,
You're
there
more.
were 2 movies that had big names, but were crappy.
Okay, but then there's that, and then you have the guy, the dog from Game of Thrones. Yeah, I understand. I don't give him so much of a hate because his character actually was funny.
Yeah.
But his character was.
There was a scene that was pretty stupid where he just puts in his mouth guard and he goes, "I'm gonna do this," and he just runs into the bullets and then falls down. And then the Asian guy pulls him out. He's like, "Yeah, don't do that again."
But the jokes in this movie
what?
felt like they were geared. I'd feel bad to say this, but it felt like it was geared after 13 to 15-year-olds.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what it felt like. It was geared towards selfies.
The tension.
I don't want to make. I'm not making judgments on you 13 to 15-year-olds. You want to do selfies? That's fine.
That's where all the business is. That's why everybody has to make their movie PG-13 now, and everybody's all shocked when all of a sudden R-rated movies are on the rage again because of Deadpool, and now they're trying to do that with Logan coming up here. Oh, R-rated.
I'm so excited.
Hero movie. Oh, let's. Okay.
I can't wait for Logan. I feel like that's going to be
even Terminator has been PG-13. It's
yeah, but I think at the end of the day, this movie, the jokes are geared against.
Nothing made me laugh in this movie except for one part, which is throughout the entire time, Vin Diesel keeps giving. He gives his phone to one of the girls and says, "You know, in case you can't get to me or whatever happens, push 9, push 9." That was the big deal.
Yeah, that's and then contact the exes.
Yeah, and so when he pushes 9, at the end of it, Ice Cube, who had his own XXX movie, comes out and saves the day, basically, or saves them anyway.
Freeze frame.
And when the
fact on the bottom,
and the freeze frame comes and the fact at the bottom saying, "Has been waiting 11 years for someone to push number 9."
I think was it 9 years, right?
No, 11. Waiting 11 years for someone to push the number 9. That cracked me up because you could see like he was so ready for it. Like he had a fucking grenade launcher. That was funny.
Paper, scissors, grenade, or whatever.
Well, I just felt like
and did you notice he was also playing his rap music as well? It was his own song.
Yeah.
I think that was his stipulation. I'll be in it, but I got to play my song when my scene comes
my
up.
thing is like when he came up, I was like, is he should say the line like, "Are we there yet?" Just as a joke for his own movies.
Hey, well, a quick question for you.
Yeah.
Since we're gonna ruin this anyway, we find out at the very end that Gibbons is actually not dead, who is played by Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
But there's at the end, when he's talking to Vin Diesel, his glasses, one of the lens is blacked out. You can still see the eye faintly, but it's like clearly darker.
It's not like his eye was damaged or anything. I don't know if maybe he had a medical issue and he needed to wear sunglasses. And it's the same
Nick Fury eye, wasn't it?
Yes, I think that I don't know what I was.
They mentioned in the beginning something about
Neymar Jr.
You thought you were being recruited for the Avengers, didn't you? Or
so I didn't get that either.
It was Neymar Jr. He's in the movie. Neymar Jr. is a soccer player that plays for the Brazilian soccer squad.
It was actually not bad.
And he actually plays for Barcelona FC, which is a big soccer team in Madrid. He was being recruited, and at the bottom of his quick steal shot was like he was hoping that he would be in the Avengers. And at the end of the movie, they gave him one black eye on his sunglasses, and the other one was just a clear,
as if it was like an eye patch.
Yeah, as if it was an eye patch. And I think it was supposed to be like, oh, he's like Nick Fury. Oh, it's so cool.
That just looks really weird.
It just looks weird.
It was weird for me.
It looks like he had those transition lenses, but one didn't transition.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, I was like, what a bad pair of transitions. They didn't even transition. And no, and then the movie had shit jokes. The movie had seriously shit jokes. Vin Diesel felt flat.
Yeah, it felt like
every character.
You know what
it
reminded me?
Every character
Adam
in the movie
Sandler.
felt. Adam Sandler's bad because he makes bad jokes.
No,
this just felt
that's
like
what it felt like.
Yeah,
bad
but
jokes.
The bad joke. But this is not supposed to be a joke movie. This is supposed to be an action movie.
Yeah,
and
well,
the action
in that same
was
turn,
bad.
right?
And the action was bad.
Yeah. So just as how Adam Sandler had his prime and he was funny in his moments, and then he became kind of dull as he got older.
Yeah.
And he was forcing it. Same thing with Vin Diesel. When he was younger, it was more badass. It was cool. He had more charisma. When he spoke, like it was interesting.
Had as deep a voice as him.
No, of course not. But I mean, if you compare it to like how badass everything he would say, like in the Riddick series, compared to like how creepy he sounded when he was trying to make himself sound cool, it just sounded like an old guy trying to relive his prime. It was horrible. You know, it didn't have that vibe of I'm still cool. It had that like I'm trying to be young. Yeah, I like it. It's like okay, you're it's too much.
All those sex puns. It's creepy.
Dude. Even his smile when he would smirk or try to smirk, it looked like a giant baby was smirking at you. It was really bad. Like
giant baby.
Yeah, it just looked like
an old
he had
man.
a goofy looking face. No, like his face is goofy, like a baby's
smirk.
Yeah, like goofy baby smirk.
Isn't that what he's always done though? It doesn't work as
Not
well.
always. Sometimes he had a cooler smirk.
Yeah, he has a goofy smirk in all his movies. But the thing is that he did a lot in this movie. But he did it in the first movie, the XXX movie. He did that too. But the problem is Vin Diesel's a great action star. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
He's not a good comic.
He's also a little bit. It looks a little out of shape as far as.
Don't judge him, man. He's old. Just give him a hard
Hey man,
time.
if Sylvester Stallone
I'm not-
can
I
be that ripped,
That's immediately what I was thinking of. Sylvester Stallone.
yeah, if he can be that jacked up, and I don't care what if he takes steroids at 60, I mean, whatever he wants to do. But I mean, if he can look that fit for his fucking films, Vin Diesel, who's pretty much all his acting really depends on is his voice and how he looks, should really think about kind of fitting the character more. If you lean down a bit, got a little more muscular. I know it's hard to say, but I mean, fuck, Will Smith just the same age, and he's ripped out of his mind.
And this is like January. Usually, terrible movies come out in January, and not the greatest movies come out in January.
But you know what's sad is that he said that they were working on this movie back in 2014.
Probably writing it and stuff like that.
So it took him 3 years and still nowhere.
Because the reason why is because they're like, we got to write a good story. No funding came in probably, and then
I'm
the
telling you right now, what
Chinese
happened
production
is,
companies came in and said, we'll give you money as long as you put an Asian actor in here that's Chinese, and he can't be the bad guy. That's what happened. You thought Donnie Yen would be the bad guy, and he turned out to be a good guy.
Yeah.
And that's what happened.
You know what? I actually like Donnie Yen, but unfortunately, when he
don't
played,
think he's bad.
He wasn't really that bad. All I could think of was Ip Man.
And then you had this Filipino guy that's making these weird ass noises. He doesn't
my
even talk
God.
in the movie. He goes like, like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
That guy was cool. I think he was my favorite character
Because
he
he
was
made
so
a
ridiculous with his little fro.
And he yelled at a motorcycle. What was that motorcycle outside the business?
I don't know.
He's like, yeah, I'm gonna get a bus. Yeah.
Oh,
And he
yeah.
jumps at the what is that motorcycle doing outside? Why is
I
that guy
don't
on?
know. I don't know if it was CIA
Anyway,
or what.
I'm gonna go give my rating. Okay, this movie gets a 2. I'm gonna give you a 2. Next time you want to put a movie out like this, pay me so I can watch this. Because seriously, this movie was bad.
I remember when they said he did the drop 70 feet and then went through 3 inches of glass
Yeah.
without any tools, no nothing. They
Yeah.
even pointed out how stupid it was in the movie.
Yeah, I mean, if you want, I'm honestly giving it, this is my lowest rating I think I gave to a movie. And the reason I give this movie a low rating is that I
What
wanted
do you
to
give it?
a 2. And the reason I give it a 2 is because the whole time I was watching the movie, I wanted to leave and get my money back. I don't do that very often. I really wanted to get my money
I agree
back.
with you. It's the first Vin Diesel movie that I was like, I shouldn't have paid money for this.
And even
watched it for
I
free
love
somewhere.
I love Ice Cube. Don't get me wrong. I don't like him in movies, but I like his music and I like him his personality or whatever. But I swear to God, that guy you can't save this movie. I'm sure he's like, yeah, I'll be in the movie for like 10 minutes, but that's about
Probably
it.
did it for the money. I'm pretty sure somebody went up to Vin Diesel, was like, hey, you should make another Xander. He's like, yeah, I should. And he went to Paramount, and they're like, we'll only do it if you can find someone willing to do it. No one would do it in America.
I don't think he has the choice. He's probably like, you know what? There's Asian companies like, we should make a Xander Cage so we can get Donnie Yen in it. The Shanghai movie company in Huahua.
Yeah, but Donnie Yen's making his money. He just did Rogue One. He's got his money.
You get an
right
Indian lady that's like his sex interest in this movie, and she falls flat as a sex interest because she's like kind of weird.
She tried to be sexy in the beginning, and then it just died.
Yeah, it fell apart.
Like you remember the part
And then
where
there's
she's
a stupid gun shooting scene where they're all like pointing in different directions.
No,
They didn't shoot each other in the face.
That was like
The worst, the most.
all that can
cringe-
come to mind is this is a million times worse than Equilibrium.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen Equilibrium.
Yes, it's like the
It's
wannabe
like,
Matrix.
don't even attempt to do this.
Yeah,
you remember
I like
that
Equilibrium. I don't know
that
if you do.
beginning in the beginning.
it's
when-
like the Matrix type movie, right? Am I wrong?
Kind of.
And then you pointed out something. Remember when the character was using a machine gun, like the nerdy girl, and she drops it, and it
yeah.
does the same thing from
And
True Lies.
That was another thing that True Lies did a million times better because the character just like oh, and then fumbled it and it went down the step. So each step it was taking out like a different enemy, and then one of the characters came over. It was like the land to the joke was good job, you killed everybody, and in this he was just like ow cool.
Yeah, she just
I was
drops
like,
a. She drops a. What is it called? I think it was some kind of scorpion. It's a scorpion gun. And she's using that, and she kills like 3 Marines or whatever.
Ellie laughed right at the first time she did it, but the second time I didn't hear you laugh. Right?
No.
The first time she did it, was like you genuinely laughed because it was really stupid the reaction she had.
Oh yeah, she was like, "Oh yes," like. But
then when she actually dropped it and it killed people,
I'm gonna give this 2 Xander Cage poops.
You know what? You know what made me crack up was the when they first break into the CIA and to like retrieve the shit. There was a scene where it showed the Indian girl. She's like trying to open the lock, but she's doing this ridiculous split on her knee, like a kneel, but like super like split, like just to like pop her ass out as she like breaks the door. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, is this really necessary? Like,
anyway, can I say something? This movie is too. Don't even open this movie. This is a Pandora's box. Don't see this movie. Listen,
Pandora's box.
I'm giving
you can watch it. Just watch it when it comes on cable.
Yeah, watch it when it comes. Netflix or like Hulu will grab this up. Watch it on Netflix.
There you go.
Get drunk. Smoke some like whatever you want to herb if you're into that stuff. Sorry.
Yeah, get if you're drunk.
Do something. Do something. Don't drink alcohol. You just drink something.
It's like Resident Evil, but without the horror. There you go.
Did you get popcorn? Laugh a little bit.
Resident Evil is better than this, though.
Not in my book.
I mean, Resident 2
Evil, out of 10.
Resident Evil actually had an entertainment value to it. This is not entertaining.
No, not
I
for
want
me.
to give
2
my
out
money.
of 10.
2 out of 10.
Resident Evil, I gave a 4 out of 10. This movie, I agree with Sohail. I give it 2 out of 10.
Cool. 3 2s. Ellie.
This,
she's like, I give it a 1.
I give it a 1 out of 10.
Jesus Christ. This movie scored bad.
I really hated it, and the only reason I got 1 is because it actually got some reaction out of me, and I laughed.
You only laughed because that weird googie, that part where she shot the person, she's like, ooh.
No, I laughed at some other parts, but
is it because Captain Caspian wasn't in it?
I can't remember anything from it. It was just I want to forget.
The main downfall of this movie, I'm going to bounce off what you're saying, Ellie, is the cringiness, right? Because we could laugh at Resident Evil, but this is just cringy a lot of the time.
Yes.
But we had a few laughs, right?
Yes.
Give us why you really disliked it after that. I know Will was right with the cringiness, but what else?
I just don't like it. I don't know. Action movies.
Would you have liked it more if Diego Luna was in it?
Yes.
Well, that's
it would have been
fair.
It would have been a 5 out of 10 if Diego Luna was in
Even
it.
if Diego Luna didn't even do anything, he just walked around in front of the camera.
Yeah, I would be like, okay, definitely a 9 out of 10.
That's dumb.
No need to do anything. He just needs to walk like in front of those, like, you know that scene where he was like sliding down the hill or climbing that mount like tower. He just climbed the tower for like 8 hours and just have lower shots of his butt.
I know it's unrelated.
His butt.
I would give it a 10 out of 10.
I know it's unrelated because Chow Yun-Fat was the main character, but watching the Chinese main character, I don't know what his real life name is.
Donnie Yen.
Maybe miss movies like The Replacement Killers. I don't know if you ever saw that movie.
No.
It's just a dumb shoot 'em movie that took place in Chinese town.
He was Ip Man. That was Ip Man. That's exactly what you saw. How he talked, dude. Even his fighting, he did Wing Chun at the end. He literally did Wing Chun at the end of it.
Yeah. With a little fist thing.
Yeah, and to finish it off, I was like, okay, this nigga just did Ip Man.
Yeah.
It's embedded into him.
No, it's fine for him to. His fighting was fun, but the thing is that his lines are shit. His jokes are shit. Everyone's jokes are shit.
You can tell everyone's in it for the money.
And people got this. This movie made $30 million. This movie better not make any more money. It better not. Like I feel bad that I gave it like $30.
We're trying to help you save your money. Don't go see it.
I knew it was going to be stupid, but I didn't know it was going to be this stupid.
I would much rather go watch Box Trolls.
All right, so Will,
Box
you give
Trolls
it
is a great movie.
2. So you give it a 2. Ellie, you give it a 1, and I give it a 2 as well.
So 1.5.
It's 1.5. It's like 1.75. Right.
Yeah, actually 1.75 because of the.
At the end of the day, it's a bad movie. Moving on.
1.75 Pandora's boxes. Don't open this damn movie.
All right, moving on to the next thing. Listener confessions. So we got 2 confessions. I don't even know if you could call it confessions, but the first one is from the Adam Wells, who tweeted us, Batman, A Telltale Story is on sale on PSN for $14.99. One of you guys or gals was waiting for a sale which I believe is true because
Yeah, we talked about it a couple episodes before.
So, thank you for letting us know this. We actually all picked it up,
Yeah, I bought it.
except for Tommy.
Me too.
But he doesn't play games anyway.
I'm a cheapskate. I'll just play it on there. Or
So,
something.
Sohil, Ellie, myself, and Cherie will be playing this and talking about it either.
I'm actually excited, and I'm actually happy that Adam... We actually met Adam at PSX in line to play... it's the Resogun... I forget the name of the game, Will. Resogun team that made a new game, and we met him in
all
line.
I remember is that it had like a cyberpunk
A call out to him, and the one thing that made me laugh is that he saw Colin Moriarty walking around, and he said, I always want to talk to Colin. I was like, just go talk to him, and he went and talked to him, and then he came back in line. He's like, I can't believe I talked to him. I was like, dude, just go do what you want. And we
I didn't meet him. I was stuck in the charter Uncharted line.
Yeah. But he was pretty cool, and I listened to his podcast lately. I've been listening to a couple episodes, though I haven't watched anything Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm kind of, Adam, if you're listening, I wish you'd have more. You do your fun stories. Don't skip your fun stories.
Yeah. The game, by the way, was Nex Machina.
Nex Machina. Yeah, I remember I played against Will, but we didn't play against each other. We were at the same time.
I know.
I was
so disappointed myself because I couldn't get that poster.
They were out when I got up.
I know.
Then nothing.
It was right before I went up, right? That we lost it.
You was the person that was sitting in my seat.
Dumb.
That you got the last one. Anyway, if you're listening, thank you for telling us, because we all picked it up. It was only $14 and it was totally worth it because I totally want to play it. So
yeah, either next week or the week after that, we're going to cover it. So thank you.
Thank you, Adam.
Thanks.
Additionally, wait. Can I say one more thing?
What?
Everyone, if you have a chance and you like the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., check out Beyond the Shield on iTunes. Thank you.
There you go.
Have a nice day.
Additionally, we got another confession
tweet
at _ROVVDP, who tweeted us.
Don't say it.
I wish to meet Elizabeth.
Ooh.
I don't know who Elizabeth is, though.
Why?
Ellie.
Ellie's dangerous. You guys don't even know.
Did you listen? Whoever this person is.
How do you know my real name?
All you need to know. Listen. All they need to know is that she stated earlier in the previous podcast that she likes to burn wood and soak blood for the smell. So
maybe want to watch out.
Watch out.
I don't know if you want to open that Pandora's box.
She'll use you for the blood smell.
For the what smell?
What?
The blood smell. I don't know what that means, but I'm worried.
Yeah, I'm worried too.
You said
what is that supposed to mean, Will?
Get a blood smell.
Listen, if
I
was just
sleep
saying,
in a coffin. I like to take long walks in the graveyards. I like to eat
bananas and bananas.
Yes.
What?
It's a song. I like to eat.
It's
Sorry.
fucking weird.
Apples and bananas.
What's happening right now?
You just go apples and bananas.
So
and
let her continue. You like long walks in the graveyard, and what else?
Is this like a dating game thing? Stop.
No, I'm just saying they want to meet me. They want to know me, right?
4 people are watching.
It was 5 at one point. Continue.
Yeah, let's see. I like to paint with what?
I like to paint with brushes and strokes.
You also didn't you say that you like to put a bunch of bugs in a blending machine and mix it with milk?
Bugs?
For protein powder, protein shakes?
I don't eat bugs. I'm vegetarian.
Does that count?
Yeah, I wouldn't eat bugs. I don't like fish.
I mean, I'm talking about drinking.
I don't. Oh no, I don't drink that shit. I don't know.
Well, I mean,
Well, you're weird. Ask specifics. What games do I like to play? I don't. I'm a lie. I'm an alien.
Thank you guys for the things. No one's going to get to meet anyone. Cut all that out.
No one's meeting no one.
Maybe at the next PSX.
Okay.
Oh yeah, if you're at PSX next time, we love to go to PSX.
We always go to PSX. So far,
I don't. I'm just kidding.
I'll put it this way.
It was fun.
We're gonna try our best to go to any kind of events that we can, and if we do, we'll let you guys know. And anyone who's interested in coming up and saying hi,
We'll
by
have
all means,
stickers
go
and
for
buttons.
it. And maybe we will. Who knows? You'll notice us. We're pretty loud.
I collect blood.
Okay. Well, good luck.
Just kidding.
Have fun meeting her, and then If you would like to send us a confession, you can email us at contact@nerdconfessions.net, or you can also tweet us at nerdconfessions with the number 0 replacing the O's, because somebody has the official Twitter handle.
That fucker.
And
fucker, he doesn't know.
And but at the end of the day, you can also reach us on Facebook too. But
if you go on Facebook, you can reach us on Twitter. You can reach us on internet, on email. You can also reach us on Instagram if you want to.
Just go to our
you can send us things.
Website. All the links are there.
Yeah, if you guys have things you want us to talk about, or if you want to tell us something that a quirk that you might have, maybe you collect something, maybe you're crazy about anime or whatever. Let us know. We'll discuss it, and at the end of the day, we'd love to hear from you guys too. Well, that wraps up this week's confession. Join us next week for more discussions and opinions on things that pique our interest. If you have any confessions you would like us to discuss, feel free to send it our way. As always, we want to thank all of our listeners and followers for tuning in and supporting us. Share us, like us, review us, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Whatever you want to do, every bit of it helps us grow. And don't forget, you can find our previous episodes and bonus content on our website, nerdconfessions.net. This is Nerd Confessions, signing off.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, people. I hope you can hear us.
Terminated. Transmission over.
Where is it, bye?
Bye, y'all.